Hi, everybody. I am Stephanie Hawkenhall of the Intricate Testimony Show, and I have here with me Evelyn Fannell. Did I say it right?
It's close enough. It's
I'm
fine.
sorry. My
It's
name
okay.
is long, and anyway, when it comes to names, I really try to get names right because of how both of my names are. But I am here with Evelyn today, and she is going to share her testimony. But before she do that, I would like to tell you a little bit about Miss Evelyn. So hold on just a moment. Okay, Evelyn, author Evelyn. Now I'm messing the name up. Author Evelyn Fennell has the true heart of a servant as a dedicated wife, mother, and philanthropist, often sending random gifts to others. She spends a great deal of her time assisting friends, family, and others with projects that were meant to uplift as well as be a vessel for change. She is known by those who love her most to always provide support and go the extra mile. A writer since her youth, in 2008, Evelyn created the blog, But God is Real, which was inspired by real life situations and circumstances that speak to the realness of God and his intervention in daily life. Writing would soon become a more necessary outlet than she ever thought. Evelyn's only son, Joseph Fannell, was just 22 years old when he lost his life, the victim of a senseless car accident. A brother and uncle, a budding spoken word performance artist, and an expert at sinking two and three pointers. He was most of all her beloved son. In the midst of her grief, the book, Remember to Breathe, was written. It chronicles the stages of her journey through loss. It describes her agony, sadness, and challenges. Certainly, everyone's path through suffering is personal and unique. Yet, by presenting what she endured, it's her sincerest desire. This story lightens someone else's load. By opening up, by showing the good with the bad, perhaps her story will offer a bit of solace and some needed hope that you too will get through the very worst life can offer, even if it's just one day at a time. And I'm not going to read anymore because I want Evelyn to talk and to share her story, to share her ministry, and to share what God has put on her heart to share. Evelyn, I am introducing you now. You have the floor, so go ahead and share what is on your heart to share.
All right. Thank you so much. First, thank you for inviting me to come
Sure.
on and to talk with you. I count it a joy. I used to, and I still don't like talking in front of people, but I'm learning. I'm learning still that sometimes people need to hear what you have to say.
Yes.
Sometimes they need to see your face. I think that's
Yes.
basically what God is, always breathing on my heart, that sometimes people need to see your face.
Amen.
They need to feel your emotions. They need to look
Yes.
in your eyes, and that's what makes us relatable.
Right.
But we lost our son Joseph at the age of 22, as you said. Um, we have three children. We have Joseph, we have Brandy, and Jasmine. Those are my two older daughters, and I have a grandson, Christian. But we lost Joseph in 2015 when a driver ran a red light and T-boned his car. Um, in the, I guess, in the days and the weeks following, God just had me journaling my emotions, because at the time I think I basically went into a state of shock because I really didn't process my feelings. I really
Mm-hmm.
didn't express them. I didn't cry until 3 months later, like, so, because that was June. I don't think I let let it out to August or September. Um, and in that time, God just had me writing and writing and writing. And I think that that was the time that I was actually able to release what I was feeling. But that's when, he gave me the words, remember to breathe. And that's how the book got written. It didn't get published until like 3 years later, but it was written like within the first 8 months,
Yeah.
after Joseph's death. But Joseph was our youngest son, and he worked with his dad, and he was a spoken word artist where he liked to perform poetry. And he was just beginning to find his voice in the poetry when he was killed. But shortly, like before he was killed at, I want to say maybe around like the age of 20, 21, he had dropped out of college. And he told me that part of the reason for him doing so was that he was bullied. And he was bullied in high school. He was bullied when he was older, but we did not find out until he was older. We didn't know in high school. We didn't know in middle school, things that he was going through. Sometimes he would express, anger, but I never thought about, connecting it with somebody else.
Right.
I just thought that they were growing pains.
Yeah.
He's a young boy and he's just growing up. But he told us that that was the reason why he dropped out of school, was that the same kids that were in high school that used to tease him was in his college.
Wow.
And he could not stand seeing them, being around them. He had classes with some, so he dropped out. But in that same time frame, he began performing poetry. He was performing poetry in school. I didn't know at the time that that was his way of trying to gain friends, to get an audience, to get people to like him.
Right.
But that was his outlet. That's what he did, because he used to say, oh, I did a poem today and the teachers loved it and they want me to go around to all the classes. So I believe that was his outlet, his way to release.
Right.
So and later on, he just started performing like at the church, at our church, because we have a church. My husband is a pastor. So we have a church, and Joseph started performing at the churches, and it was like he was entirely different. He was an entirely different person. It's like that stage just so he was really just beginning to gain confidence, self-confidence, and he was bold once he got up there. The way he recited those poems was just like, it used to make me squirm in my seat. If you watch some of the videos now and you see him performing, you'll hear my voice in the background, like, oh, Jesus, he was just so good. But I had no idea that was a result of him being bullied. That really, the bullying, that sort of gave him a platform to start doing poetry, and to gain his confidence. So, and it's unfortunate that a lot of kids don't, find that outlet, to be able to perform or to be able to fight against the emotions they're going through with bullying.
Right.
And so we started a foundation, the Joseph Fannell Memorial Foundation. And with the foundation, we set out to help young people find their voice, voice. Yes, we find their voice, give them a platform to showcase their talents and abilities, because Joseph never really got that. So we want to do everything that we can to remember Joseph and to
Right.
also help other young people, you know, give them the platform. We give out a scholarship to um, a student in the performing arts that attended Joseph's high school. So we do that in June, and then we had the spoken word contest in July where we got young people from 16 to 22, which was Joseph's age 22, to give them a stage to have a contest and win some money. And, so that was fun. And then right now we actually have a contest going on for the youth where for 10 to 15-year-olds. So if you know somebody, please tell them. But
Okay.
for 10 to 15-year-olds, we're giving them a platform to showcase their talent. So we're doing that as well. And in addition, we started the Bow Tie Tuesday because one of the things Joseph did, he liked to wear bow ties. And you might see me
Wow.
sometimes,
I
I'll
do.
post pictures of bow ties. But he liked to wear bow ties. So that was another way of us, remembering him. So we have Bow Tie Tuesday where we ask everybody, if you can wear a bow tie or a bow and post it using the hashtag Bow Tie Tuesday, a bow for
Oh,
Joe. And then in addition to that, we do an Instagram live show at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, where we get to talk to young people and give them another platform where they can showcase their talents and abilities. And we also talk to them about things that are relevant, like bullying. We did bullying last month. Um, we
great.
partnered with No Bully,
Uh-huh.
and we did a couple of bullying shows last month just to address the youth and bullying and what their thoughts were. And one of the things that I took away from that was that sometimes people are bullied and they're not aware
Right.
that the bully is not aware that they're bullying.
Exactly. I
And
agree.
I got that from my grandson. He was one of the guests, and he was saying how they play these online video games, and he's just like joking around with the people online. But little did he know that he was actually bullying somebody based
Yes.
on his conversation with them.
Yes.
So it was very enlightening and very eye-opening, and it helped me to think about Joseph and what he might have been feeling. So yeah, that's about where we are now with that and Bow Tie Tuesday. Yeah.
I really appreciate you sharing this. A few things that you said, and I'll start with the last thing that you said is people are just not aware, sometimes that they are bullying. I mean, bullying is not just being physical, and I talk about that all the time. There's more to it, mental, emotionally, there's so many different types of bullying. And people, when I share the different types of bullying as a speaker, they're surprised, and so I always tell people, that we have a choice. Now that you've been made aware of what you're doing, you have a choice every time you're doing it and you recognize that you're doing it, you have a choice to stop it. You know,
Right.
you didn't know it, but now you do, and now you're held accountable for what you do know. So that is one of the things, that I talk about and that I share, and I'm always talking about the importance of being kind to others. Be kind and treat others the way you want to be treated. And
Exactly. Exactly.
yes, and last month being bully awareness or bully prevention month, I shared a lot about bullying. I shared a whole bunch of stuff, scenarios and different things to educate about bullying, to help people understand that there's more to bullying than you realize. So, and then something else that you said, is that Joseph found a way, even though you didn't know at the time that's what it was about. He found a way to release. um, and so we look for love, in things, and when we find something, we want attention. from people. And when people are mistreating us, that's not the attention we want. So
No.
wherever the attention is that is good for us, we want more of that,
Right.
to and that's where we thrive. And so it's wonderful that he found an outlet. He found a way to release. Um, and to gain some confidence, because that helped him gain some confidence, and it also helped him to use his voice, which is also another fantastic thing. I didn't always use my voice. When it came to my son being bullied, I was able to use my voice for him, but I wasn't able to use my voice for myself.
Yeah. Right.
So
Mhm.
it took many, many years, and him being an adult and having his own children, for me to realize, I have a voice. So the opposite of that for me was being a people pleaser. And so I always wanted to make people happy. And no matter how mean they were to me, I still wanted to make them happy. So, I allowed a lot of things in my life just to get that love,
Right.
and that attention, what I understood as love, and to get that attention that I desired. So, those things, whatever it was, gave me, allowed me to feel some confidence in myself, but it was the wrong kind of confidence. It came
Yes.
from the wrong people and the wrong things. But thanks be to God, I now use my voice. Took many, many years, but now I use
Yeah.
my voice. And when I found my voice, I was able to start and have been able to share that with others to help them gain the confidence that they need, and to also be able to speak out, speak to the bully, because it doesn't just change without you addressing the bully. Crying and falling apart just gives them more room to
Right. 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 Because they see it.
to attack you. They're like, oh, so using your voice is very important. And I think it's phenomenal that you have decided and chosen to help other kids. This is what Joseph liked. This is a
Yeah.
good thing. Let's help others, so that they don't end up in the same thought
Yes.
process,
Hmm.
as Joseph,
Right.
did. And it's so important to value, to give them the support that they need. But you can't give them, the support in that area if you're not aware,
Right.
of it.
Exactly.
So I'm so thankful that he found an outlet, he
Yes.
found a way.
Yes.
And I'm very, very thankful that you guys are like, we got to help other kids, and so to make it a ministry, to make these different ministries to help the other children
Yes.
is awesome, because they
Thank you.
really need
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
So thanks be to
Yeah.
God for that heart of
Yes.
yours to do that. Now we have a few more minutes, so I know that you've also written a book.
Yes.
So tell us some about your book, and then, well, tell us about your book, please.
Well, the book chronicles my journey through grief, and like I said earlier, like it basically thoughts that I had, like things that I was going through, emotions I was feeling after the loss of Joseph, the stages of grief, which I don't really like to say there's stages of grief. I think there's just so many things to grief. Grief is
Yes.
it's very complicated. I'm still learning that now. Um, but the anger and the depression and the
Yes.
loneliness, those kind of things, even thoughts of suicide,
Hmm.
even the ability to just be able to feel and receive love again, even that I'm
Yes.
learning right now. you know um, all sides of grief, all things that we're going through. So I wrote the book to just to be able to try to help somebody to understand where they are, what they might be feeling, that it's okay to feel these emotions. Don't try to run from them. Don't try to hide them. Share them as much as you can. But, and as hard as it is, you will get through it. I still have my days where I get real, in fact, I just had one the other day, but you get really sad sometimes.
Yes.
But you have to allow yourself to go through that emotion and feel it, because if you try to run away from it, then it's going to come out in another way.
That's
So
true.
I wrote the book just to try to help somebody else who might have lost a loved one. Even those that um, didn't lose a loved one, some of them have commented that the book has helped them to know how to deal with somebody that's lost a loved
Yes.
one. So
Yes.
it just chronicles all those different kind of emotions, and um, sort of like takes you on a journey through it too. And it talks about Joseph, of course, and who he was as a little
Right.
boy and growing up and the spoken word. And you see, I smile when I start talking. I smile when I start talking about my kids. I love my kids, but yeah, so that's basically what the book is about.
That
Yeah,
is awesome. Congratulations on your ministry.
thank you.
Congratulations
Thank
on your
you.
book. And thank you, thank you, thank you for saying yes to coming on the show.
Thank
Even
you.
though you are a little shy, you are doing well. I
Thank
wasn't
you.
always this like this. I mean, I was shy, at first, but you did well, and I really appreciate you being a part of the show. I would love for you to tell people how to contact you, how to contact your ministries, how to get in touch with you.
Okay. Well, you can reach me. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Evelyn Fannell. You can visit my website, evelynfannell.com. You can visit the ministry website at On Good Ground Christian Fellowship. You can check out Joe's information at the jmffund.org. Check that out, please, so you can enter the contest if you have a youth. But that's basically, I can be reached basically anywhere. You Google me, I'm gonna come up. just, it's just all over the place. But it's all good, because I just want to be a help. I just want to help somebody else go through the process of whatever they're feeling, and even a young person, if we can help them, that means the most to me. Yeah.
That is awesome. Now, can children all over the world contact you and be a part of these contests, or is it
Yes, they
just
can.
in your area?
No, it's they can all over. We had a contestant from Africa for the spoken word contest.
Wow.
So it's a virtual competition. So anybody, anywhere, as long as you're 10 to 15 for this one, you
Yes.
can you can enter the contest. Just submit your video, and the contest ends next Saturday, November 28th. So let me
Okay.
throw that out there, because you have a little bit of time, but and the winner will be announced on December 12th, right in time for Christmas. So I'm excited. I'm excited about receiving the entries, and we have a board, so it's not just me who's reviewing everybody. So we have a board, and everybody puts their input and their scores, and we pick a winner, and that's how it's done. But it's two categories. I'm going to do 10 to 12 and 13 to 15. So you have two different chances, six prizes to win, cash prizes. So
That
yeah, I'm
is
excited
awesome.
about it. But yes, get the word
Okay,
out.
everybody, you've heard how to contact Evelyn. You've heard about the contest. Get these children involved in these contests.
Yes,
Evelyn, thank you so much again for coming on the show. And guys, reach out to her. Take care of yourself, Evelyn, and thanks again.
thank you, Steph.
You're welcome.
Take care.